Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name's Ellis and I'll be your host for today's quiz, which is a general knowledge quiz with 100 questions. Let's get started with question 1. What does the oval track that flat track motorcycle racing is held on typically consist of? Concrete, cobblestones, or dirt or loosely packed shale? The answer is dirt or loosely packed shale. 2. Not all of the USA's states are technically states. What are the others, like Kentucky and Virginia, called? Federal District, Commonwealth, or Inhabited Territory? The answer is Commonwealth. 3. Which NATO nation has no standing army? Slovenia, Iceland, or Lithuania? The answer is Iceland. Question 4. In what country is the Guinness Book of World Records published? Canada, Scotland, or Japan? The answer is Canada. 5. Whose name is represented by the name of the Philippines? Philippa Middleton, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, or King Philip II of Spain? The answer is King Philip II of Spain. Question 6. What is the primary component of cinnabar besides a beautiful scarlet pigment? Lead tetroxide, mercury sulfide, or hematite? The answer is mercury sulfide. Question 7. Who served as the Glyndebourne Opera's first conductor and artistic director, respectively? Sir W.S. Gilbert and Andy Sullivan, Fritz Bosch and Carl Ebert, or John Kander and Fred Ebel? And the answer is Fritz Bosch and Carl Ebert. 8. When did Gary Player, a golfer from South Africa, win the PGA Championship for the first time? 1959, 1962, or 1977? The answer is 1962. Question 9. What is the official term for a criminal's testimony against other criminals in the UK? King's or Queen's evidence, grass, or covert information? The answer is King's or Queen's evidence. 10. What basic mathematical operations are carried out using the abacus-like finger counting technique? Ballyhoo, Chisholm-Bop, or finger binary? Hint, it is sometimes referred to as finger math. The answer is Chisholm-Bop. 11. Who was the biro pen's inventor? Nikita Biro, Charlene Biro, or Laszlo Biro? The answer is Laszlo Biro. 12. What was the last symphony of Beethoven? 6th, 9th, or 12th? The answer is 9th. Question 13. What did Ferdinand de Lesseps, a French ambassador, build? Canals, bridges, or astronomic observatories? The answer is canals. Question 14. Who is the French singer and actress that has a daughter and a son with American actor Johnny Depp from their relationship that lasted from 1998 to 2012? Jacqueline Perez, Vanessa Paradis, or Yvette Pretorius? The answer is Vanessa Paradis. 15. What is the name of the period when the magnetic field lines of the sun are most distorted, which happens once every 11 years? Solar years, Jeroboam's, or solar maximum? The answer is solar maximum. 16. Despite the fact that most species of lorises are in risk of extinction, some of them are common in the pet trade. Which of these can administer a venomous, possibly lethal bite? Bush baby, mouse lemur, or slow loris? And the answer is slow loris. 17. What is killed by the use of vermicide? Rats, worms, or locusts? The answer is worms. 18. What odd object is played as an instrument in the chorus of Verdi's opera Il Trovatore? Anvil, vacuum cleaner, or wine glasses? The answer is an anvil. 19. Which of these is a rugby union position? Striker, lock, or goal attack? The answer is lock. 20. Which of the following nations borders the Persian Gulf? Egypt, Qatar, or Lebanon? And the answer is Qatar. Question 21. Lake Placid, the site of the 1980 Winter Olympics, is located where? Utah, Central Australia, or upstate New York? The answer is upstate New York in the USA. 22. What is the last name of Susan, the dominant squash player from New Zealand who won the World Open 4 times in the late 1980s and early 1990s? De Maupassant, de Lorian, or Devoy? The answer is Devoy. Well done if you got that one. Here's question 23. What sport was Belgian contender Eddy Merckx involved in, who is frequently cited as one of the best of all time in his field? Swimming, weightlifting, or cycling? The answer is cycling. Question 24. Where is the Australian Tennis Open held? Sydney, Melbourne, or Perth? Sydney, Melbourne, or Perth? The answer is Melbourne. Question 25. Where on the continent of Africa is the northernmost point? Egypt, Morocco, or Tunisia? Hope you're keeping up with our questions so far. This is question 25, and the answer is Tunisia. We're now moving on to 26. Which of these belongs to the Alien film series? Ethan Hunt, Dr. Emmett Brown, or Warrant Officer Ripley? And it is Warrant Officer Ripley. Question 27. Who, according to a Greek myth, was compelled to stand up to his neck in water that disappeared when he tried to drink it and beneath fruits that the wind blew away when he tried to eat them? Pandora, Prometheus, or Tantalus? The answer is Tantalus. 28. Why is some of the music of the Danish band Between Music so peculiar? It is performed underwater, it is made entirely of whale song, or it is only performed on boats? The answer is it is performed underwater. 29. Which Summer Olympics did the People's Republic of China attend for the first time after its debut in the 1952 Games? 1984, 1996, or 1968? The answer is 1984. Question 30. Which nation is Baja California a part of? USA, Colombia, or Mexico? The answer is Mexico. 31. What decade saw the Russian Revolution, which toppled the old regime and created the first socialist state with a written constitution, the Russian Socialist Federative Soviet Republic? 1810s, 1910s, or 2010s? The answer is the 1910s. 32. Who among the Europeans arrived in North America before Christopher Columbus, according to evidence? Portuguese, Vikings, or Phoenicians? The answer is Vikings. Question 33. At Mount St. Helens in Washington, USA, when did the last significant volcanic activity occur? 1980, 1997, or 2008? The answer is 2008. Question 34. Which planet was originally observed by German astronomer Johann Gottfried Galle in 1846, using calculations from French mathematician Urbain Le Verrier? Jupiter, Saturn, or Neptune? The answer is Neptune. 35. What name was given to the acts that joined the Parliaments of Britain and Ireland in 1800 and England and Scotland in 1707, respectively? Act of Union, United Kingdom Act, or Act of Great Britain? The answer is Act of Union. Question 36. When did the USSR and Japan sign the joint declaration to terminate the World War II state of war and establish the return of regular diplomatic relations? During World War II in 1942, just after World War II in 1946, or only in 1956? The answer is only in 1956. 37. Which South American coastline would you find Venezuela on? East, north, or south? The answer is north. 38. Who gave the 2018 Winter Olympics official opening speech? President Xi Jinping, President Moon Jae-in, or President Vladimir Putin? The answer is President Moon Jae-in. 39. Which city was taken by the Vandals in 445 AD? Budapest, Babylon, or Rome? The answer is Budapest. 40. Which movie received a number of Academy Awards and was inspired by lucid dreaming and corporate espionage? Inception, The Matrix, or In Dreams? The answer is Inception. 41. What airport had the name Idlewild Airport when it was planned, was renamed in 1943 when construction started, again in 1948 when flight started, and once more in 1963? O'Hare International Airport, LaGuardia Airport, or John F. Kennedy International Airport? And that's the answer, the John F. Kennedy International Airport. 42. What was the landmark that Coldplay, a British rock band, hit with their song Speed of Sound in February 2006? It became the billionth song downloaded on iTunes, played at the Human Genome Project celebration, or the CD was given to Paul McCartney as a birthday gift? The answer is it became the billionth song downloaded on iTunes. 43. Which one of these fits the definition of a potentate? Tsar of Russia, the Blue Performance Pill, or Casanova? Hope you're keeping up with some of these longer questions. We're on question 43, and the answer is Tsar of Russia. Question 44. Who immigrated to the United States in 1842, established a detective firm there in 1861, and set up the US Secret Service? Robert Peel, Alan Pinkerton, or J. Edgar Hoover? The answer is Alan Pinkerton. Question 45. What country is Mohammed Al-Fayed from, who sold Qatar Holdings the department store Harrods Knightsbridge in 2010? Iraq, Egypt, or Syria? The answer is Egypt. 46. In the second part of the 20th century, lawnmower racing became a popular sport in the UK, the USA, and Australia. What was the UK's justification? The lawns needed mowing, men had to prove ready for a partner somehow, or other motorsport was too expensive? And that's your answer, other motorsport was too expensive. 47. Kelly Slater made history in 2005 when he registered the first 2 perfect scores in a professional competition using the new ASP 2-wave scoring system. What kind of competition was it? Quicksilver Surfers, Billabong Pro Tahiti, or Rip Curl Pipeline Pro? The answer is Billabong Pro Tahiti. 48. Which of these listed below is a type of cheese? Quagga, quark, or quango? The answer is quark. 49. What does the term ternary refer to? The number 3, birds, or agriculture? The answer is the number 3. Question 50. What is the only difference between sapphires and rubies? They are made up of different elements. Sapphires are formed under more pressure, or there is no scientific difference, only in colour. The answer is there is no scientific difference, only in colour, and we are now halfway through this quiz. Bonus question hint. The vehicle in question will be one you use on land, thus has wheels. Remember this hint for the bonus question coming up. It's your secret to success. Stay tuned. 51. What may possibly be created using a hurdy-gurdy? Music, silk, or a jersey? The answer is music. 52. Which robotic probe made the first return of a sample to Earth from the Moon? Sputnik 1, Apollo 8, or Luna 16? The answer is Luna 16. 53. During which time is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy set? World War I, Crimean War, or Napoleonic Wars? And the answer is Napoleonic Wars. 54. When did Western scientists first show that energy could be generated from light? 1839, 1903, or 1939? The answer is 1839. 55. What is 1 plus 1 equal to in binary? 2b3, 1b1, or 0b10? The answer is 0b10. 56. What year was it that Black Thursday, the infamous stock market meltdown, occurred? 1839, 1929, or 2007? The answer is 1929. 57. Who did not appear in the movie I'm Not There, yet was its subject? Bob Dylan, Richard Nixon, or Michael Jordan? The answer is Bob Dylan. 58. At the Battle of Edington, who led his forces to victory over Guthrum, the Danes' great heathen army? Alfred the Great, Alexander the Great, or Ethelred the First? The answer is Alfred the Great. 59. Which song helped Irish singer-songwriter Magda Davitt, who went by a different name, gain her first notoriety? Mandinka, Closer, or Zombie? The answer is Mandinka. 60. What did Amelia Earhart accomplish in 1928 that earned her the US Distinguished Flying Cross? Highest flight by a female aviator, furthest flight by a female aviator, or first solo flight across the Atlantic by a female aviator? And that last option is your answer. 61. Which Austrian, Franz Joseph's brother, was declared Emperor of Mexico in 1864 and assassinated in 1867? Vespasian, Maximilian, or Franz Ferdinand? And the answer is Maximilian. 62. In November 2010, which band's music finally became downloadable from iTunes? Jefferson Airplane, The Beatles, or The Rolling Stones? The answer is The Beatles. 63. What draws visitors to the Canadian city of Whistler, British Columbia? Groundhog Day, it's a ski resort, or it's a shopping centre? The answer is it's a ski resort. 64. A biennial event takes place when? Every 2 years, every 20 years, or every 200 years? The answer is every 2 years. 65. What was the dahlia's inspiration for its name? Anders Dahl, Roald Dahl, or the Dalai Lama? The answer is Anders Dahl. Question 66. What 1973 movie starring Tony Roberts, John Randolph, and Al Pacino was based on the true account of a New York City police officer who went undercover to reveal the misconduct of his fellow officers? Serpico, The French Connection, or The Third Man? And the answer is Serpico. 67. Which of these is a television set component? Hard drive, differential, or receiver? And the answer is a receiver. 68. Which nation, which gained its independence on October 10th, 1970, has had 4 coups, 2 in 1987, 1 in 2000, and 1 in late 2006? Samoa, Fiji, or Vanuatu? And the answer is Fiji. 69. What sport has a hog line and occasionally a hogger? Gumboot throwing, curling, or caber tossing? And the answer is curling. Question 70. Where is the Confucius Temple? Angkor Wat, Machu Picchu, or Khufu? The answer is Khufu. 71. Which actress appeared in the 2005 movie Monster in Law, her first film in 15 years? Vanessa Redgrave, Julie Christie, or Jane Fonda? The answer is Jane Fonda. 72. Which of these seas does not border Asia? Bering Sea, Kara Sea, or Tasman Sea? The answer is the Tasman Sea. Question 73. Which UK programme's first grand prize winner was Judith Keppel? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Pop Idol UK, or Deal or No Deal? The answer is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. 74. Who was the country of Czechoslovakia's first president? Franz Wojciech, Tamas Vasary, or Thomas Masaryk? The answer is Thomas Masaryk. 75. What title did Indian soldiers who were recruited from Nepal receive? Sherpas, Shivas, or Gurkhas? The answer is Gurkhas. 76. What is meant when something is referred to as tuppenny halfpenny? It's worthless, it's priceless, or the price is unknown? The answer is it's worthless. 77. What is the focus of the Netflix true crime film The Tinder Swindler from 2022? Double charging for dating apps, a Tinder hack of more than 2 million members, or women who claim to have lost money to fraudsters? And that's the answer, women who claim to have lost money to fraudsters. 78. Which of these is a dance? Postilion, cotillion, or derision? And the answer is cotillion. 79. Who was a host of the American television programmes Power of 10, Whose Line Is It Anyway, and The Price Is Right? Larry King, David Letterman, or Drew Carey? The answer is Drew Carey. Question 80. Which Olympics were the first to be hosted in a communist nation? 1964 Winter, 1972 Winter, or 1980 Summer Olympics? The answer is the 1980 Summer Olympics. Question 81. What is the name of the 1999 released autobiography by Jerry Halliwell? If Only, So What, or Is That It? The answer is If Only. Question 82. What is the English market town and borough on the River Otter in Devonshire that is well known for its lace production? Wedgwood, Honiton, or Chippendale? The answer is Honiton. 83. Who, as they gazed back at the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, turned into a pillar of salt according to the Christian and Jewish Bible? Salem, Lot's wife, or Ruth? The answer is Lot's wife. 84. Which century was the death of Henry VIII, King of England? 16th, 18th, or 19th? The answer is 16th. Question 85. Which river contributes the most water to Lake Titicaca by volume? Rio Desaguadero, Rio Ramis, or Maranon River? The answer is Rio Ramis. 86. Where are the Ottawa Islands? Near Vancouver Island, in Lake Ontario, or off the shore of Hudson Bay? The answer is off the shore of Hudson Bay. 87. Which of these is worn by Christian clergy? Hassock, tussock, or cassock? And the answer is cassock. 88. In the 2010 Ice Hockey World Championships final, which side defeated the reigning champions Russia 2-1? Germany, Czech Republic, or Sweden? The answer is Czech Republic. Question 89. Which book featured Flashman for the first time? Tom Brown's School Days, Blackadder Goes Forth, or The Lord of the Flies? And the answer is Tom Brown's School Days. Question 90. What mishap did New Zealand equestrian Jock Paget have in 2013 when he was one victory from completing eventing's Grand Slam in the UK? He was in a car crash, he broke his leg, or his horse tested positive for drugs? That's the answer, his horse tested positive for drugs. 91. Which of these characters would use the lasso of truth if they were in trouble? Batman, Homer Simpson, or Wonder Woman? As much as we'd all like to see Homer Simpson use the lasso of truth, the answer is Wonder Woman. 92. What remained in Pandora's box in Greek mythology after all the evils, afflictions, sicknesses, and onerous labour had escaped? Love, faith, or hope? The answer is hope. 93. What is another name for 12th day on the Christian calendar? Easter Monday, Day of the Feast of the Epiphany, or Lady Day? The answer is Day of the Feast of the Epiphany. 94. Born Eleanora Fagan and nicknamed Lady Day, was better known as Doris Day, Daisy Day, or Billie Holiday? The answer is Billie Holiday. Question 95. What city is the Cambridge Circus located in? Oxford, Cambridge, or London? We've got 5 questions left after this one, and then it's the end of our quiz. The answer to 95 is London. 96. What is the roots of the character Kim in Rudyard Kipling's 1901 book of the same name, for which he received the Nobel Prize? An Afghan warrior, a Pakistani farmer, or an orphan during the British Raj in India? And the answer is an orphan during the British Raj in India. 97. Which island group include the islands of Skye and Mull? Tonga, Canaries, or Hebrides? The answer is the Hebrides. 98. When did the inaugural World Pie Eating Championship event take place? 1924, 1992, or 2006? And the answer is 1992. Question 99. What organisation did Anders Behring Breivik claim to represent? Al-Qaeda, Knights Templar Europe, or Boko Haram? The answer is Knights Templar Europe. And here it is, question 100. What region's rules were recorded on the earliest nearly full tablets that date to between 2100 and 2050 BCE and represent a kingdom? Babylon, southern Mesopotamia, Sumer, southern Mesopotamia, or Mycenae, Greece? And the answer is Sumer, southern Mesopotamia. Bonus question then. Sturgis in South Dakota, USA annually hosts an international rally for racing, stunts, and similar by what vehicles? Let us know the answer in the comments. Let us know how many points you got out of 100. And thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon, you'll be notified on all of our upcoming videos, and there are plenty of quizzes already uploaded on Quiz Class for you to try now. My name's Ellis and I've been your host. Thanks again for playing, we'll see you next time.